Hello, beautiful Lightworker. So, I feel this is like a super important message. If you are a Lightworker, meaning you transmute darkness into light, meaning you keep your vibration high and you infect that upon others. Okay, so it's very important for you right now to not fall into the trap of fear. Fear right now you want to avoid, and specifically making any decisions based in fear. So, talking about the jab, I'll just call it that. If you are in fear and then you get the jab because of that, it's most likely not going to have a good effect on you. And I'm sorry to tell you that, you know what I mean? If you feel like based on science and things like that, and it's just like the greatest thing ever, then I feel like it would affect you badly less. But if you're making decisions based on fear, that's not what you want to be doing right now. But that was kind of a tangent. So, but yeah, avoiding, anyone that's trying to instill fear in you, don't listen to them. They are trying to pull your vibration down, trying to. So, guys, fear and love is like two kind of opposite vibrations, I guess you could say. They're literally the opposite vibration. So, what these malicious people in the world are trying to do, they're trying to instill fear in everyone because then there's not love. Pretty much you can't really be in a loving vibe if you're fearful. Think about it. Say you're scared on a roller coaster, right? You're not probably gonna be hugging someone or giving someone a compliment, or you know what I mean? It's very self-absorbed. When you're fearful, it's just you're in your head. It's just, you know what I mean? You're just within yourself in a negative energy, right? And love is the opposite. You're expelling love into others, right? So it's totally opposite. And so that's what they want. And so don't get into these worrying about politics and what's going on in the world and stuff. I mean, we all kind of wonder what's going on, and that's okay. But make sure you're not in a fearful state of mind. Oh, let me stay updated because I'm so fearful. If it's just you're reading articles every now and then, or just to stay updated and things like that, with sources you trust, um, then that's one thing. But if it's a fearful point of mind, that's what you want to watch out for. But going off of that is that you should not really be focusing on other people too much right now. Pretty much, you should be focusing on yourself right now and trying to make yourself whole, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, working on your diet, exercise, personal growth, emotional state of being, transmuting all the stuff from your past and letting it go, emotionally healing, self-care, positive affirmations, um, things like that, because it's essentially like the thing in the airplane where you have to put on your mask before you help others. So literally, this is my message for you, is that if you're a light worker, you need to kind of get yourself together, so to say, because my laptop is running and I feel like it's gonna make the voiceover fuzzy. It's running hard, you know what I mean? What's that called? But anyways, I feel like there's going to be a time where we're needing to help others. Like, there's going to be a lot of humanitarian work and things like that. And if we're not whole and we're, like kind of beat up and bruised and have all these scars, and that's okay. Like, that's totally okay if, stuff's happened to you in your life. Like, that's okay. Like, we accept everybody with open arms, right? But you want to get to a spot where that's not holding you down and where you can help others. So, for example, like, say there's like a kid around you, right? And say this kid maybe they didn't have a good childhood. Maybe they're like wanting some attention, you know what I mean? And they're just kind of like hanging around you wherever you are. Maybe you're today this kind of happened to me. I mean, she seemed fine, but anyways, I was at the park and a little girl kept trying to like talk to me and get attention from me and stuff, and I was being super sweet with her. I actually made her a bracelet made out of like, this long strand of like some sort of stem or something, and she just loved this little bracelet I made her and was like showing her dad and stuff. But anyways, like that, like I was open to give to her. Do you see that? If I was like, in my mind and fearful about politics or stuff like that, I wouldn't have been able to like emotionally pour onto her. You see what I'm saying? Like my brain was free, my heart was open, so I just like giving to her and like giving her attention and I creative. You also, to be creative, you can't be like fearful. So I was like creative. I made her a bracelet, was talking with her, you know what I mean, making her smile. Like Ellie was being silly too. We were all just like having a good time, And I don't think people are understanding like this. Like, people are not understanding this. Like, I had to say it twice. Like, all the time there's people that you could give to. I don't care if it's a cashier at Publix, someone stocking stuff at TJ Maxx, like the AT&T guy that just spent like 30 minutes trying to like get your bill figured out. Like maybe they charged you for a month where you actually canceled and then they kept charging you and he was calling and calling. These people trying to get it figured out. Like, don't just like say thank you. You know what I mean? Like, give a little bit extra. Like, say, like, I know you guys work hard here. Like, man, like, you're so good with technology stuff. I couldn't have done this on my own. Like, thank you so much. Man, like, I hope the rest of your day is easy because I know that was, like, a lot of hard work. Man, just bless you guys for, like, all this stuff you do. Like, I don't know if you get enough appreciation for it. Like, kind of, like, say a little bit more than thank you sometimes, because I will tell you. So here's a quick story. I was at the Publix deli. I had ordered a sub online and I just picked it up, right? And I just needed some sauce, like in a little container, right? And like this guy, like I can tell he's busy. It's like when the chicken tender subs are on sale. If you're in, well, I was gonna say Florida, but there's Publixes outside of Florida, but anyways, if you know Publix, you know their chicken tender subs are pretty popular. So anyways, he's busy because it's the week those are on sale and stuff like that, and I'm just kind of like waiting, very patiently, I might add, for the sauce, And he's like, "Oh, ma'am, I'll be right with you." I was like, "Okay, like I just need some sauce, but whenever you're ready." And then he proceeds to like just go ahead and get me my sauce, like since it was just sauce. And like I thought that was like super nice, you know what I mean? Like that was cool that I didn't have to like keep waiting. And like I wasn't just like, "Oh, thank you," and like, didn't even give him eye contact or anything like that. Like, cuz he stopped what he was doing to help me. And so I feel like I should kind of stop what I'm doing, like, in like the midst of like needing to grocery shop and Ellie's maybe trying to get out of the car or like, maybe kind of quote unquote craziness. It's like, no, like I need to stop and I need to let this guy know that like I appreciated that. You know what I mean? So I said, thank you so much. Like I know you're busy, right? I said, I know you're busy. And I swear, the look on his face changed. Like it was kind of like not annoyed, but like I guess you could say that, like ish. And then it like turned to like, wow, like she noticed like I am busy because I did like I saw all his orders he kind of needed to do, and then his attitude changed, and then he even added back to me and was like, oh, like have a nice day, or like he said something nice back, when before it would have just been like thank you, and then like him not really saying anything back. So the point is like in your day you need to examine like where can you bring in goodness, because we don't know how long he held on to that, like me saying I know you're busy. Like maybe he kind of held on to that for like 30 minutes or something, and I was helping him for like 30 minutes, kind of like, yeah, I do work hard, or I am busy, or you know what I mean? Like you just never know. And like the girl I made a bracelet for out of like a piece of like long stem, like I didn't think she was gonna appreciate it that much, but she did, and she was like talking to her dad about it, and who knows, maybe every time they go to the park now, she makes one, or she'll make a like headband or something. Hold on. Hey guys, so it's a couple of days later. My daughter had needed me, but anyways, yeah, like I'm saying, you never know the impact you'll make on someone and things like that. But due to the fact that this being a couple of days later, I want to switch gears a little bit. Um, so this might be random. I didn't listen back to what I was saying, but um, so yeah, like if you're going through hard times and stuff like that, like I kind of recently felt like I was like on a mountain and like I'm hanging on, right? And I feel like God was just like lifting up one more finger and one more finger, and each time I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? You know what I mean? And but like I pulled myself up. Do you know what I mean? And it's to the point where like this is like my instantaneous reaction to do that. Like it's like my natural reaction to not like sit in that like despair and stuff like that. Like it's so much that like I feel like I have became the mountain, and anything that is trying to like get to me is just like someone like at the very 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 bottom of the mountain, like clawing or something. Like that's not going to make any difference to the mountain, right? Like they're trying to like defeat the mountain or whatever you want to call it, like climb the mountain, however you want to say it, but like it's not going to work. Like that doesn't affect me anymore. Like it's to the point where like I can't even believe how strong I am. And I was watching let me find his name. Like I always watch his videos. One second. Terry Joel Jr. Yeah, so I was watching his video, and he's like talking about the chosen ones and saying how like how do you know if you're a chosen one? And he was saying like the way you know is like nothing gets you down. Like people try to break you, like bad circumstances might come into your life, and like you just keep going, like it doesn't affect you. And I was like, wow, like that's pretty crazy. So like if you're a light worker, or like kind of what Terry Joe Jr. calls it, like a chosen one, or like there's like probably like so many words for what I'm referring to, but like you'll know in your heart if you're one of these people. Like an empath, that's another word, like kind of to explain it, but like just know that right now is like the Bible verse, like you were made for such a time as this type of thing. Like that is very true right now. Like you need to get yourself ready, like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, to be able to help others. um like I'm not joking. there's like, you will be needed. Like, if you've ever felt like, oh, like, what is my purpose here? Or like, I feel like I was supposed to do something special, or like, I feel like I have a purpose. Like, if you have that like knowing in you, like, it might be for like a time that's coming up very like soon. And I'm not the only one saying this. Like, a lot of people that I listen to are saying this type of thing. So don't like get in that negative like fear energy and like worry and all that. Like, you need to be above that, like literally above that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I need to listen back to it as well, because it, I don't know, it probably makes sense, but probably to only some people. But anyways, thank you guys, as always, so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.